Hey guys. Jess here. I haven't done a whip and chat in forever, and I wanted to today. I have so much that I want to share with you guys. I really just don't have a lot of time, and I know people say it all the time. I'm busy. I do have a full-time job, and a lot of my headspace goes to that job even when I'm not physically at work, because I do stuff on the road. I'll share a couple of things, diamond painting obviously related, because that's what we're doing today. And it's going to be a short video, maybe 20 minutes or so, just to chit chat. Today's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm rooting for the Eagles. You'll see my nails in a moment. But let me get to the kit I'm working on right now, talk about that stuff, and then just chat. So first of all, the kit that I'm working on is called Stand Strong. It's by Katrina Koltes or Koltes. It is 20 by 24 inches, 50.8 centimeters by 60.8 centimeters. It's a good size. For me, it's a good size. I'm working alongside of another diamond painting that I have not yet finished, which is Remembrance of a Lost Legend, which is huge, 65 by 80 by 98. I'm about a quarter, maybe, yeah, a quarter of the way done with that one. So this is my fourth start of the year, and I think I'm going to bounce back to what I call the bear in a couple of days, but I really wanted to get a lot of this started. So here's just my logbook. This is an old Happy Planner, like thin book. I got this years ago. I have no idea if they still have this cover anymore. But you can find Happy Planner at Michael's and of course Happy Planner online. So this list right here is the 25 diamond paintings that I want to finish this year. So far I've only finished 2. I finished Storm and I finished a big crescent moon that I purchased from Amazon. So on this list, I just listed the artist and who makes it, and then the title. So I have it's month 2 and I've only finished 2, and I do have a couple of big diamond paintings on here. I am diamond painting every day, but like I said before, I do have a full-time job, and some of the times, you know, my hours run. Plus, I have 3 boys, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's busy. This is a goal. Diamond painting is not my job, so I always want to keep doing it as I'm enjoying it. So I'm not trying to stress and say, oh my gosh, if I don't finish these 25, I'm going to be destroyed. I'm not. And I definitely did do a mix of bigger kits and a lot more smaller kits. So that's how that is. Let me show you really quickly, just so you can see. So the one from Amazon obviously did not have a sticker. This one is all the notes that I have. I started it on January 1st, right after New Year's Eve. So 12:30 a.m. is when I started it. Then I did kit. I finished Storm. I started her on the 7th, and then I finished her on the 20th. And then I did the Crescent Moon. I started her on the 1st and finished her on the 7th. And then this one, Stand Strong, I started on February 1st. Well, I kitted up on the 1st and started on the 2nd. I added a lot of, not a lot, but I added some glitter drills. I added some fairy dust or sugar dust drills that I got off of Amazon. Okay, so that's this tool. That's this logbook. Nothing fancy. I've been diamond painting since 2021 or 2022. I think it's 2021. And this is my first logbook. I have a ton that I finished, that I have no recollection of what day I did it. I just wasn't doing that then. I wanted to make more of an effort with tracking because, and kind of for me, but mostly because I have a coworker and he's always like, how many do you finish? You don't even finish a lot. And I'm like, I actually do finish a lot. I give a lot away. I do it for gifts. I do it, like little projects, not even little project really, but when I don't track, right? So I don't know exactly. But what I do is I post on Instagram most of the time, and that has dates. So, or just in my photo gallery, on my phone. So that will have and I try and do it fairly soon after I finish. So there's like a kind of rough idea of when I start and finish diamond paintings. And I want to say last year, so 2024, I completed like 13 or so, including the gifts. So I did the makeup one by Miss Butterdy. I ended up finishing that up and giving that to my nephew's new wife for their wedding. I did a guitar for him. He plays acoustic guitar, so I made one for him. And I finished the Pisces that you guys saw. I finished that literally on New Year's Eve, like 4 or 5 o'clock at night, New Year's Eve. So that was exciting because I had started that one in February because I am a Pisces. I started it in February and I finished it within the year, but it took months. And like I said, I did many projects in between. So I didn't do a year in review because like I said, I have a rough idea of when I did it, but not a full idea. So I just let it go. It's not that serious for me. I'm not doing diamond painting for anything but myself. Like I do the diamond paintings that I want to see and what I want to put up in my house. And the majority are not hanging in my house yet just because I haven't taped their borders or, I haven't decided where I want to put them. But they're all diamond paintings that I want to hang. I don't do a diamond painting for just to be stored, even though most of them are just sitting on my middle son's bed. So that's where they are, but I would like to hang them up. So what I do, a lot of people get their diamond paintings framed. A lot of people just kind of tape them to their wall. I border them with either black masking tape or washi tape and masking tape. And then I had started with, I have down my stairway, it's a non-landing stairway. So it just goes all the way from the second floor to the first floor. And so that incline of the steps, I just have maybe 15 or so diamond paintings. Now, most of those diamond paintings are small. Most of those are 40 by 50, 30 by 40. I have a couple of 40 by 60 and stuff like that. And then I have a big Diamond Art Club that's probably a 50 by 70 or so. And I've taken pictures of those and I've showed you guys that over the years. Also, in front of my bedroom, I have one that I got from Michael's for a Christmas gift from that same coworker. So I have that one. That is the girl with the pearl earring. I have 2 other ones that are in that area that I did just years ago. They're from Amazon. I also have, which I didn't know at the time, I purchased from Etsy. And not all Etsy companies sell licensed art, but I didn't know that. I thought Etsy, I can trust Etsy, and it's going to be licensed art because it came with the canvas, it came in a dust bag, it came really nice. Communication with the seller was a little crazy because it did take a little longer than promised. I talked to her, and she couldn't, we took care of it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not even going to give her business by telling it who it was, because the experience was bad. So I'm just not going to knock it. We figured it out. I'm just not going to talk about what the seller's name was. Anyway, so it was packaged nicely. It had the legend and all the things. And I didn't realize until I saw a posting on Diamond Art Club, like a year and a half after I had already completed, or something like that, completed this diamond art, or this diamond painting, that it was actually Yume Art stolen painting. So I'd already completed it. It wasn't on my wall, but it was already completed. And the version of this is smaller than the one that Diamond Art Club has, or had. I'm not sure if they still actually have that. It was the one, I will pop up a picture because I'm not sure the name, but I didn't realize that it was stolen art. Listen, I'm gonna put my best effort into trying to buy diamond paintings that I believe are either like super stock photos, and companies like Amazon or what have you have turned them into diamond art or diamond paintings. But this one, because I bought it on Etsy, I really did think that it was, legit. So I was actually thinking about but purchasing from Diamond Art Club this same Yume artwork. Then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Then I actually figured out that I had already purchased from Diamond Art Club another Yume art, the wishing tree, that huge one that I don't honestly, I might destash, because I really don't see a time when I'm going to be able to actually get to that one. It is so big. And the colors, for me, I like them, but I just have no real use for them. I don't know, something about it. Anyway, I have it. I've never done a destash. I'm horrible at sending stuff out, so it's probably either going to get gifted or something. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, so I have other pieces that I actually just hung up that one, the one that I was just telling you about, that I posted the picture of, in my hallway. So, and it's funny because of where it's located. When I'm in my bathroom, say I'm just at the sink and I open the door, you can see it in the reflection, and it's a girl standing there. So it's a portrait style. So the girl is kind of up close, but it's nice because, it did turn out really nice. The artwork is really beautiful. It's, just the thing is that the artist wasn't compensated. So like I was saying before, I do try and buy art that either I believe is safe, or that the artist is getting paid for, or in some way compensated. That's the goal, right? Like, I am a creative person. I used to do makeup, and I paint for myself and stuff like that. So this has always been like, I'm a creative person, so I understand that. And it is easy for things to get stolen. Even, like once I learned about like what it meant, I tried. But there's also times where I'm like, hey, listen, I am spending the money that I have for the art that I can afford, and it is what it is. I will try, but if I see something, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's not a lot of things that I have that I feel like some of the things I feel like that must be like AI generated, or like, just like I said, like a stock, or someone created it, but they're with a company that's what they do. Like, that's their job, is they're getting paid to create it, and they're not going to get their name listed on it, kind of deal. Because there's tons of that. I don't think that everything on Amazon and everything on Temu is stolen. I don't shop Temu anyway. I've never purchased a thing from Temu. I don't have the app, nothing. So, you know, neither have I shopped on AliExpress for diamond painted or related things. That's just not where I feel comfortable shopping. I feel comfortable shopping on Amazon because I do, and I feel comfortable shopping on Etsy and Diamond Art Club and the other brands that we know, Dreamwear Designs and all that stuff. So anyway, so if I'm shopping on, like, say, Amazon, and I see something and I'm like, I don't know, to me that looks like, I'm not knocking anyone's artwork, but I'm like, that looks like it was, you know, my job is to create art that goes up to be made into diamond art, and that's my job, and this is what I get paid, not necessarily an artist creating it, if that makes sense. Like, for example, I work at Target, and I stock the shelves at Target, and that's what I do. I don't create the things that go on the shelves, you know, but I stock the shelves, if that makes sense. I think that does. So almost like, what is it? Like a stock artist, something like that, like a background artist kind of deal. That's what I think most of the art that I buy that is not on like Diamond Art Club or Dreamwear Designs and stuff like that, that I can be like, you know what, I don't really feel like this is some specialized artwork. But I also do a lot of shopping on places like that have, you know, that they take care of the artists. And because of the shopping that I do on those, I can start identifying the artist and saying, hey, that looks like so-and-so's art. I'm not going to buy from this site because I know that they don't have a license with Amazon, this random seller on Amazon. You know, so I can identify that. Because, like I said, I don't really feel like all of the artwork on these sites are bad or stolen. I just feel like they're created by like a stock artist or an artist that works for the company, that's their compensation, is their hourly pay. You know what I'm saying? It's not per piece. So I don't really think this was expensive because most of the time I get some kind of, you know, deal or what have you, but it's art that I wanted, and I knew the artist, and I wanted to support the artist. And I'll get to that story also. So, how do I tell this story? My full-time job brings me into people's houses, okay? And when I walked into this one client's house, I saw that something about what was on their walls made me understand that they either created art or collected art, something in the art creative worlds, as soon as I walked into her house. And it was her vibe, something like, I didn't look her up. I just, when I walked in the house, I was like, this person is an artist, you know. I will ask her permission before I mention her name. And then I will link her information below. So it's touchy because, one, it's a client, and two, it's my privacy. So I'll have to like figure it out. Anyway, so I was talking to her and I was like, oh, have you heard of diamond painting? Because this is what I do. And she's like, yeah, I know about it. She goes, I have a good friend who is a diamond, who has art diamond in some diamond painting places. But she was like, oh, the art always gets stolen by all these companies. And I was like, I know, you know, we were talking about, you know, the things. So she goes, and I was just like, oh, then she showed me her friend's artwork. And immediately I was like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. So she's like, what? I was like, and then, you know, I got nervous. So I really fangirled. So she was like, oh, and I was like, I have this person's art on my wish list. Like, I have so many of her pieces on my wish list. And she was like, oh, really? You do? And I was like, yes. And I started like showing her the pieces that I had. And she was like, oh, she's going to love that. And she texts the artist, Katrina, and she's like, yeah, you know, Jess is in my house doing, you know, the thing that I do. And she loves your artwork. And so now Katrina lives in Italy and works there. And for some reason, I had liked her artwork on Diamond Art Club and never actually went to her own website, which is funny that it happens that most of the artists that I follow on maybe Diamond Art Club, I don't really like track their progress in the art world. One, because I don't think I'd ever be able to afford like a print or any of their art, but I appreciate it through Diamond Art Club because I know that I can be interactive with their art. So anyway, so she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to text her. And I was like, you're going to text her? Like right now? And she did. And she answered back, oh, thank you. You know, like kind of like on the lines of thank you. And I, you know, I hope you enjoy it. And I was like gooning, you know. And so I was like, oh, the one that I really want, which is, I'm going to insert the picture here. It's sold out and I'm waiting for a restock. Like I've been waiting for months for this to be restocked. And she was just like, oh, you know, thank you. You know, like, you know, we were just talking, myself and the client were just talking. And then, you know, Katrina, not really talking back and forth. Like she said it, she's sent her a text. She said, oh, that's awesome. And I was like, you know, and then I followed my client and I followed Katrina and was like starting liking like all of their artwork because I really enjoy both of their styles. My clients was more portraits and animals, like blended, which I love. I really like that idea. It's one of my favorite things is animals, big animals though, like big cats and big animals, and people. So there was another artist that I totally blanking on her name that I also had on the wish list. And I was like, oh, I love this artist too. She goes, my client goes, yeah, I know her too. And I was like, yeah, absolutely not. I was like, my heart can't take it. Yeah, it's the same style, people and animals blended together. So this was also on my wish list, this Stand Strong. And when I actually went through the website, Katrina's, is it Katrina? Oh my God. Yeah, Katrina, I was right. For a second, I thought I was mispronouncing it the whole time. When I went through her Instagram, she, on her actual art, she tells what was the inspiration. And I just thought that it was beautiful. So, and then also the one, I think it's called The Messenger, which is the one that I just showed you guys, is the piece that's been on my wish list the longest. So as soon as that comes up, it's getting purchased. I hope it comes up for my birthday. That would be really nice. Like really nice. Because I'm on a no buy. I'm on a no buy until my birthday, which is in March. So it's only a month away. But then I'm promised myself not to buy again until Black Friday again. That's when I do most of my diamond painting shopping. I'm trying to, because I have a lot of kits. So I never really showed a stash video. I cleaned up my whole when I was deciding on the 25 for 25, I cleaned up my whole diamond painting area. Like, I made it super neat. I organized the boxes for the kits that I'm doing for 25 are labeled. They all have the numbers on them. I'm not doing them in order. I'm just doing them. So, and I think you probably saw that in the list. Yeah, I'm not doing them in order. So, yeah, so I cleaned that whole section out. I didn't count exactly how many I have. Diamond paintings, to me, that's not super important. It's more of, you know, just doing them. But the only time, so I've been with my company for 5 years now, and I get 1 extra week of vacation. And can I just tell you that that is when I get a lot of diamond painting done, because I will sit and diamond paint for like 12 hours without any problem. I'll put a show on Prime or Tubi or Netflix and just go to town. So, and I try to do a show or a movie. That way I don't have to keep pausing to find something else like on YouTube. You know, I try to, like I said, do a show because then it just keeps going. This is going very quickly. This time there's a lot of color blocking, not color block, like line blocking sections. And the colors are just so pretty. Like this one is $7.93. It's such a nice medium periwinkle. I'm just getting into her face. Like this is her one eye. It's just a beautiful kit. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's a great size, and I'm very excited that I picked it up when I did, and it's just been really beautiful. The colors, like I hope this is in frame right here, but the colors are, you know, like these how do I say? The gradients of colors, amazing, just amazing. So I'm trying to do the ABs at the end because I don't want I have wax. No, I have putty in this right now. So guys, I was recording for, I guess, 28 minutes or so, and my phone died, and I didn't realize. So I wrapped everything up. I had a good chat with you guys. We basically finished the section together, and I didn't realize until I was done that I had finished the section, but it wasn't recording because the phone just died. It wasn't like it ran out of memory. So what I did is I edited most of that part of the video, and while I was editing, I continued on with the painting. This is where we are. This is the next section. This is the same day. This is within an hour or so of that ending. So the last thing I was talking about is doing, when I have a big section of ABs, I try and do that section last, or that color last in the section, so that the drills don't get touched that much by other, you know, drills. By placing around it, you know, because the coating on the AB drills sometimes comes off, and I hate that look. Like on the light colored drills, on the light colored ABs, it's not as bad. On the dark colored ABs, you can see where it's like gets peeled off by either a putty or wax. Who's ever wax and putty? No company is better or worse than pulling off wax. I'm sorry, pulling off the coating. I was actually, I believe, also saying that I was thinking about getting that automatic that automatic diamond painting pen. Hold on, just hold on 1 second. It's bothering the heck out of me. Okay, I had something on my desk, and every time I moved against the desk, it was rocking. And I tried to figure it out, and it wasn't bothering me. And then all of a sudden it was. I didn't hear it when I was editing, thank God. But it's making noise as I'm diamond painting, and that's not making me happy. Also, my neighbor, not my right next door neighbor, but my neighbor, I live in a complex, and this guy sits in his car. I'm not even kidding you. He's been out in his car for like 2 hours now, and he has it running, and he's just sitting there in front of my house, and the back, like the exhaust pipe, is facing my house. I don't smell it, but it's because the wind is blowing a little bit. But he has his car running. He's in the car, has the car running. I know what he's doing in there, because it doesn't matter when you walk past that car, it smells like pot, which is fine. It is what it is. I don't care. It's not affecting me. It's just the fact that his car is running and it's making noise. It's kind of like clicking. It's not an obnoxious noise. It's a kind of silent noise, but that's what he's doing in there for 2 hours now, because I get in our complex, I don't smoke, so anything. So in our complex, I believe people are not allowed to smoke within their homes because it's shared walls. So he smokes in his car, which is a blessing. Thank you. But his car is now running for like 2 hours because he's in there smoking. I don't know. Or hanging out. I don't know. Whatever it is, that's what's happening. Anyway, so I was thinking about getting that automatic diamond painter pen, but I also didn't want to, it's a single placer. And so even though the drills are, I don't want the coating to get messed up. I don't want to sit there and single place all ABs just because, so anyway, I'm contemplating it, but I'm contemplating. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go get that, because it's so much easier. So the Super Bowl is today. It's at 6:30. I'm heading out to watch it. I think I'm going to be alone. I think I might be, but also there's like a 50-50 chance that I'm going to be joined by someone I'm talking to. I can't even say seeing. We've been out a couple of times. We enjoy each other's company, but it's more just enjoying each other's company. Well, I am not even in the zone to be thinking about football yet. I'm trying to stay calm because it's a big day, Super Bowl Sunday. I love Super Bowl. I love football. I actually started watching football when my nephew, who is now graduated college and just got married, when he was playing in high school, I started watching the NFL so I could understand some of the plays and some of the calls. And then I just continued to watch the sport. Of course, as I was in high school, I went to football games, like the high school football games. But that was a social, that was walking around the track and, hanging out with my friends. I wasn't actually watching football. So, like I said, I started watching it, NFL, because of my nephew. I would watch any team. It didn't matter because I was just trying to learn. And then I started dating someone and was with that person for a while, and he was an Eagles fan, or he is an Eagles fan. So that's how the Eagles became my team. So I've been following them since 2018, actually. So I've been an Eagles fan since then. I grew up not watching football at all, really. I watched soccer and I watched basketball when I was growing up because my parents are Jamaican. So we watched the Knicks, we watched the Nets, we watched Patrick Ewing, and that's it. That's who we watched in basketball, and the Pistons. So, but I go to one place kind of to watch my football, really, and I'm just excited to go. Hope nothing gets rowdy because us Eagle fans were a little crazy, but that's okay. I have a quick getaway. I just leave right away when I'm done, but I'm going to go and relax, and I'm going to go a little early. Not too early, but early enough because I want to have a seat. Like, honestly, like, I don't know how busy it's going to be at this place. I go to a tavern, and I want to be able to enjoy my time there and not be standing. So I have to kind of get there early. So I'm going to get there probably around like 5:30. And it's a long game because it's a halftime, blah, 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 blah. But I'll have some fun. Hopefully I'll have some company. If not, a couple of the bartenders are really nice. And there's always, there's going to be fans for both sides. So as long as it's nice and relaxed, it's relaxing. My kids don't have basketball today. They had it yesterday. And just been diamond painting. So with that, I'm going to wrap up because I do have, I guess the video is probably going to be like 40 minutes or so long. Maybe let's see if we can get that down. I do have a video coming because I think I mentioned this before and it got cut off, of showing you how I store my special drills that are like the glitter drills and the glitter drills and the sugar dust or fairy dust. And just so you guys know, different companies call those type of drills different names. So Diamond Art Club calls them fairy dust, and other places call them glimmer or shimmer or so-and-so. And the place I have it on, that I got on Amazon, not affiliated, I'm not even going to leave a link, just look up, fairy dust, sugar dust drills, calls them sugar dust. So I had someone on Facebook said they're called fairy dust, and I'm like, different companies call it different things. Like, what? Anyway, that's it. So I have that video coming. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate, I know I don't post a lot, but like I said, this is not my full-time job. Bless the people that have it for their full-time jobs. But I have, work outside the house, and I do this for enjoyment. So I want to be more interactive with you guys, but I also know that I'm doing this to relax, and I don't want to start feeling stressed about it. When I was a makeup artist, I was doing YouTube, and I was not an influencer. It wasn't called influencers back then, but I had sponsored videos, I guess, and all that other stuff. So I was doing a lot more YouTube tutorials and videos and hauls and all that stuff. So that was before planning and all that production started happening with YouTube. My boys got old, and I was like, I don't have time to do the production side of YouTube. So it never took off that part of it for me. My other channel, I think I have at this point, I guess I still have those followers if they've unfollowed me because I don't do anything on that channel anymore. But I had close to, I guess 4,000. I had 4,000 or so followers. Anyway, so I do this now, and I do this now for fun. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video doesn't get cut off. And I will talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Sorry it's kind of jumbled, but you got to see in like almost real time like how fast I diamond paint, and when it's big colors of like color blocking, how fast it can go. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Bye!